First tonight, the documentary filmmaker Ken Burns is coming to Maine. On Thursday, he'll be the featured guest at an event in Kennebunkport, sponsored by the Graves Memorial Public Library. Ken Burns has produced hugely popular multi-part documentaries on subjects ranging from country music to baseball, to the Civil War and the American Revolution. There's only one reason why he's appearing at this event. It's because of the unflagging efforts of an individual who lives in Florida in the winter and Kennebunkport in the summer, a remarkable man named Hal Kushner. Every summer, the Graves Memorial Public Library in Kennebunkport presents a special event featuring a guest speaker, usually a prominent writer or storyteller.
And when I became aware of this program, I thought Ken Burns would be ideal for it, and he lives just down the road in New Hampshire.
So Hal Kushner emailed Ken Burns and asked if he'd be willing to come speak.
And he wrote me back that he was very heavily scheduled and he couldn't do it, but he thanked me for the offer. And so the next year I did it, and the next year, and the next year.
What Ken Burns should have known is where others would give up, Hal Kushner keeps going.
About the 6th or 7th year, he said, well, you know, I'm not in charge of my own schedule. And he said, you're like a dog with a bone. He actually said that, and I saved the email. And so finally, last year or 2 years ago, I said, look, I am 83 years old now, and I'm going to die soon. And if you don't come and present what you're working on or give us some type of presentation, I guarantee you I will haunt you from the grave. So with that, he loosened up his schedule a little bit and graciously accepted to come this year.
Is this one of your characteristics, would you say, that you are a dogged and stubborn individual?
I told him once, it's very hard for me to give up.
From anyone else, that claim might sound like boasting. But Hal Kushner has a story. A story of surviving more than 5 years of brutal, inhumane conditions as a prisoner of war in North Vietnam, which he had talked about in Ken Burns' 10-part documentary, Vietnam. Give me just a snapshot of the kinds of conditions that you were kept in.
When I was captured, I was shot, tied up, marched barefoot for 30 days. I had maggots in my wound.
For the first 3.5 years of his captivity, as the war raged, Kushner was moved from one POW camp in the jungle to another.
During that time, the ration was about 3 coffee cups of rice per day, and the rice was not Uncle Ben's white rice. So the rice was shot through with rat feces and weevils, and it wasn't good rice. And then we supplemented our diet with anything else that we could eat, like snakes or birds, things like that. And it was inadequate. And so 10 people died, most of them of malnutrition.
The American POWs, anywhere from 12 to 20 of them, slept on a common bed made of bamboo.
And they were sick, and people urinated and defecated and performed their bodily functions on this bed with the others sleeping on it. And we nursed each other, we cared for each other, we cleaned each other. And if it hadn't been for all of us, I am convinced that none of us would have survived.
5 years, more than 5 years that you were held in captivity. The simple question would be, how did you endure?
I don't know. I was lucky, I told you. I'm lucky.
After 5 hellish years as a POW, Hal Kushner finally came home when the U.S. ended its involvement in the war in 1973.
You know, I'm not proud of being captured. Anybody can get captured. It's not hard to get captured. But I'm proud of the way I behaved in the POW camp, and I'm proud of what I've accomplished since I came home.
Today is your 85th birthday. What's going through your head as you think back to your 85 years?
Again, I'm so lucky. Michael came in last night at the Portland airport, and his plane was delayed until about 10 o'clock. I'm 85 years old. I drove the car there in the dark to the Portland airport, picked him up, brought him home. Not many 85-year-olds can do that. I play tennis. I think my mind's okay. It's not like as good as it used to be, but I think it's okay. And I've had a stroke. I've had 4 heart operations, and I'm just so lucky, grateful.
You're so vigorous, so mentally sharp, and that's extraordinary for someone who
drinks as much vodka as I do.
I didn't see that coming, Hal. I was going to say, for someone whose health had to have been all but shattered during your 5+ years as a POW.
I had terrible malaria, malnutrition, protein deficiency. I had 4 operations when I came back, but I got over everything. I'm just lucky.
Saturday, July 4th, will be America's 250th birthday. What are your thoughts on that remarkable anniversary?
We have changed so much since 1776, and that Declaration of Independence has brought us through 250 years. I'm flying the revolutionary flag up there. And I guess I am an old-style emotional patriot, because when I see the flag, I just break down. And when I hear the Star-Spangled Banner, it just sends a chill up me. So I love my country so much. I would gladly die for it. I almost did. It's been so good to my family. It's given us everything. And I am so grateful that I get emotional when I speak about it. I'm sorry.
He's a remarkable man. Hal Kushner is a doctor, specifically an ophthalmologist, and there's just a little bit more to his story that you should hear about. Let me ask you one more question. I think this is my last one. What do you still want to do in your life?
I'm so lucky. I've already done my bucket list. I'm fulfilled. I would like to keep working another year or two, and I applied for a job at our local hospital when I get back, which is about to celebrate its 100th birthday. And I've been a member of the staff for 50 years. So I hope I get another job. That's what I want to do. I want to keep working.
So you're 85, but your goal is to get another job.
That's what I want to do. Probably the most important day in my whole life was June the 4th, 1966, when I stood in an auditorium in Richmond, Virginia with my classmates and recited the Hippocratic Oath. And for 60 years, it's been 60, I've tried to sanctify that oath, and it's been my whole life.
Hal Kushner will, of course, be at the Graves Library event with Ken Burns on Thursday. Ken Burns is the featured speaker, but Hal Kushner has got some stories to tell. The tickets for that event are already, though, sold out.